Next, if I could have the Democratic candidates for County Board District 6, please. Bob Brown and Craig Roman. I do believe the third candidate, Ruth Tobias, is not here today. Mr. Brown and Mr. Roman, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank
We're going to start with opening statements. Mr. Brown, if you'd like to start.
Well, thank you very much. I'm a long resident of DeKalb. I grew up in District 6 that I represent, attended St. Mary's School, DeKalb High School, and Northern Illinois University. My wife, Donna, and I have 5 adult children. And I went on to receive bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Early in my career, I returned to NIU as Director of Alumni Giving for a number of years, and then moved on to the University of Illinois Extension Office, serving DeKalb County as its director. Currently, I'm a realtor, small business consultant, and family farm manager. I was first elected to our DeKalb County Board in 2010. I thank you for this opportunity for county board members to have a moment to share their platforms. There are 3 major planks to my platform. The first is that we must continue to attract and expand green, clean businesses in DeKalb County and create more good-paying jobs. I support the marketing programs of the DeKalb County Economic Development Corporation. In the last 2 years, they brought 4 new companies to our county, generating 500 new jobs in this economy of all things. The second plank of my platform is that we must continue to promote the agricultural industry and improve our county's infrastructure. Last year, our county constructed 2 new bridges, one on Gurler Road, another on Old State Road. I'm on the Highway Committee and helped with that. And both handle heavier grain trucks now. I also was on the committee that worked with NIU in partnering the expansion of a high-speed fiber optic system across our county, which is going to do much to attract more companies to our area. The third plank of my platform is that we must hold the line on property taxes while continuing to increase the overall transparency of county government. And I can see that by televising our county meetings and taking government to the people in a number of different ways. I'll pick up on this in some of our questions, and I thank you for the opportunity this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Roman.
Thank you. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters for providing this forum tonight. I'd also like to thank all the residents here and at home who are being active participants in their community. I'm Craig Roman. I'm running for your 6th District Representative. I started this process 3 years ago when I felt that my voice was silenced, that my representative didn't listen, my representative didn't hear from us, and that just gave me a disheartening feeling in government. So I'm missing our third candidate here, but if you don't feel representative, if you feel neglected, or simply don't know your board member, then you know why I'm running. I believe that we need to bring the government to the people. I have said that I will have quarterly meetings with the residents. I will bring the decisions that the county board has come to, or the decisions that the county board is pondering to the residents. And if there's going to be a vote, I would poll my residents and see what the consensus of the residents are, and that is how I will vote. I will be the vote of the people, and I will be the representative of the people. Thank you.
Thank you. On to our questions. I would have been stunned if this one wasn't in your bag. Would you consider, or would you reconsider the expansion of the county landfill? Mr. Brown.
Well, all that discussion and vote took place before I came on the county board. So it was kind of a litmus test when I first ran as to what my position might be on an issue that I had not had a full chance to research or participate in all the deliberation. But the position I've taken and continue to have is that I oppose the landfill as it is presently proposed. I'll repeat, I oppose the landfill as it is presently proposed. It's on 2 tracks. Quickly, one track is at the Second Court of Appeals in Elgin. We hope to hear by June or July the outcome of the appeal that's being made by the Stop the Megadump group working toward that. The other track is one that was announced last week, and that is the formation of a new committee, which has been called for the present time the DeKalb County Sustainability Task Force, a Zero Waste Goal Task Force. And that hopes to bring together long-range planning for our waste into the future, regardless of what might happen at the Second Appeals Court. I do have some ideas on what we may do in future negotiations, and I'd be happy to visit later about those.
Thank you. Mr. Roman.
Thank you. I alluded to it earlier that I got into this race about 4 years ago. The problem, my son was assigned to Cortland Elementary. If you've ever been to Cortland Elementary, you know it exactly across the expressway from there is the landfill. I attended all the meetings. I stood with the Stop the Mega Dump members. I opposed the landfill then, and I oppose the landfill now. That the whole process of taking in 17 surrounding counties' garbage to fund the expansion of our jail is just wrong. Thank you.
Thank you. Strangely, our next question is about the jail. Do you support an expansion of the county jail, and why or why not? Mr. Roman.
I do approve the expansion of the jail. The funding mechanism of the expansion is what I have a problem with. The transfers that we are moving inmates back and forth through different counties to different jails can be housed in the jail if it was expanded. But the idea of the funding mechanism that is behind it, I cannot agree with and do not support.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Yes, well, this question was asked to us by the DeKalb Daily Chronicle, so I'll read my answer to it, and that is gangs, drugs, and guns are on the rise in DeKalb County. 50 gang members identified a while ago, now more than 500 in DeKalb County. The Sheriff's Department and local law enforcement agencies must have the police officers, patrol cars, and modern technology needed to prevent and reduce crime. I also support the overall expansion of our county jail. However, I do not support funding the construction of a new jail by greatly expanding the county landfill in order to generate increased county revenue through more tipping fees paid to dump more garbage from several surrounding counties. So I guess then the question becomes, well, then how do you plan to pay for the new jail? Because I agree that we do need that. There's some ideas floating around. I'd like to entertain some of those. One might even be a new resort center near Shabna by the Potawatomi tribe.
All right. Thank you. Third question. What is the biggest issue facing the county, and how would you address it if elected to the board? Mr. Roman.
The biggest issue I would have to say for the 6th District is the foreclosure crisis. That the amount of people that have either lost their home, that are starting to lose their home, or that have completely lost a home and the home is vacant. That would be the largest issue we have in the 6th District or in the county, I would see. The numbers that I have been told is that we have 28,000 residences, and 2,800 of them have been foreclosed in the last 4 years. Now, if that isn't a staggering statistic, I don't know what is. So I would look for a way that we can stem this tide. I would have to admit that I was almost one of those 2,800. There was a medical emergency that almost caused me to lose my home. So I can totally understand what these people are going through, and they'll have my support.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's to continue to develop the economic backbone of our county, which would help address some of the foreclosure questions in terms of jobs for people, good paying jobs with benefits. And I mentioned already working with the DeKalb County Economic Development Corporation. I would also mention that in the past year, our Economic Development Committee of the County Board has worked closely with the DeKalb County Convention and Visitors Bureau that landed, as you know, a big Hollywood movie here last year. And estimates are still coming in, but somewhere over $750,000 additional dollars were generated through the filming of the movie here last summer, including buying boots for some of the cast members at Farm and Fleet. So there's all sorts of dimensions there. We're also looking at the development of the arts and entertainment industry in DeKalb County and a new county arts council. And when you start seeing the international corporations that are based in DeKalb County that serve the entertainment industry worldwide, it would cause you just to marvel. You'd think we were the second Hollywood.
Thank you. On to closing statements. Mr. Brown.
Well, I would like to thank the DeKalb County League of Women Voters and wish them well as they continue to grow and thrive in the future. I would restate my three main planks of the platform being to continue to attract and expand green businesses and create more good-paying jobs. Must continue to promote the agricultural industry and the infrastructure throughout our county. And we must hold the line on property taxes while continuing to increase the overall transparency of DeKalb County government. I have thanked the voters for the trust they've given me in the past and would ask for their vote for Bob Brown in the Democratic primary on March 20th. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Roman.
I would like to thank the League of Women Voters again, that I would like to go on my platform that if it would be jobs. That we need to bring jobs into this county. We need to bring good paying jobs into this county. My other would be the foreclosure crisis, that we need to stem that. We need to keep our residents here. And my third would be communication, that our residents don't know who their elected officials are, or our elected officials don't communicate with the residents. I cannot say the last time that I have met my elected representatives. So planning to be with the members, with the residents quarterly, explaining to them what is happening would greatly bridge the relationship between the county and the residents. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Brown, Mr. Roman, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Okay. The Democratic